this is a sketchbook tour. So I believe, so I have been told. This is just a Canson Mixed Media. Got it from local art store, aka name brand Michael's. And I just kind of covered in stickers on the back. I had people draw for me. They signed next to it, so I'm not gonna really go in depth about that. This is the first page, also my first time doing this, so you know how it be. My friend Bronte went ahead and made a stamp of a seagull dinosaur. Because the creative people that you encounter. I found this felt cat, needed it, Mario, and a Hello Kitty little guy. And then the first, technically, opening page is just saying sketchbook, and a drawing of me, because I got that dog in me, and a mark that it was 2023. A unique thing about this sketchbook, it was all done in a month. A little less, little more. My first official page was actually this page, the Snot Girl page, which is a lovely comic made by the same guy who made Scott Pilgrim. Highly recommend. Very, very beautiful, very sad, lovely little thing. And then I drew Alan from Smiling Friends next to it because there was smudging from when I closed it from the colored pencils. And so to cover it and kind of get a different focus, I took Posca pens and I just kind of drew Alan because when in doubt, just draw Smiling Friends. You know? So the next page was a figure study. I forgot my friend has notes depending on the pages in here, but on this page I did 30-second figure drawings, more of like yeah, just 30-second figure drawings. Not much to say, just got some good butt cheeks in there and that's about it. I love it. I don't love gesture drawings. That was the word that I was trying to search for. And so I just kind of was dying with the 30 seconds. I like spending more time. So then I went ahead and did 5-minute ones, which I enjoyed a little more. Got a little bit more detail in there. And I just thought that it was fun to be able to do. And I dated it. I never date these. I stopped dating, I think, after this one. That is crazy. But I really like the faces. I like being able to go back into them and kind of give them little faces after I already drew the figure. So this next page, I had an event in LA with my said club that I'm not gonna name for possible legal issues, but when we were up there, I actually forgot my phone at home and I just ended up drawing a bunch of people and kind of enjoying my time without a phone. Jesus, my cat. I've been kind of realizing that you don't really need a phone, and I've been using it less and less. I really don't enjoy it. I've been enjoying kind of taking my time and energy into a sketchbook instead. It's just been nice for me. That's just how it is. My little cat Hermione is trying to get in here. Oh, look at her tail. Alright. Back to the art though. This other page is a character from Fooly Cooly. It is one of my favorite animes, and I have a tendency to draw this character in every sketchbook I get the chance to. She's just awesome and very cool. I really appreciate getting to draw her, and my cat is really distracting me. Go away. I really liked how this turned out. This was actually my first attempt at Posca pens before I went back and did some other stuff. And I really enjoy how it turned out, actually. I think the wings are very nice. I just really like it. There's not much to comment on. I mean, it's just a classic anime girl. There's a few of those in here, but it was a fun drawing. I had a fun time making it, and that's what matters in a cheesy way. This next page got some hand practices in here. I hate drawing hands. I hate them. I hate them a lot. I just really don't like practicing them. But you kind of need to practice, which is unfortunate. I wish I could just be good at everything right away. But while practicing, just kind of did some stupid things, drew some Lego hands, and whenever I draw hands, it makes me feel like an AI, and I will make that joke multiple times, as many times as I can. Little robot Zoe just deserves to be a part of this. And then I decided to take my Posca pens and just kind of draw figures and see how that played out. Just the overall general of it, just kind of blocking out colors and shades, whatever I would see. And I think this actually turned out really nice. This is one of my favorite pages that is in here. and I think it's just very colorful and fun. This is a huge drastic twist from my last sketchbook, which you wouldn't be able to tell, but my last sketchbook I used no color, literally zero, zip, absolutely none. And I tried using at least a little bit of color on every page if it made sense. Here is, I don't like League of Legends. I think that's important for me to say first. I'm not a nerd. This is Jinx from Arcane. Arcane, not League of Legends. Technically both, but I don't want to admit that. I had a really fun time making this. I had an issue with the poses. I couldn't find any references of it, so I ended up just doing this pose myself, which I actually found really fun to do. I think I might do that more, because it was kind of fun. And just drawing Jinx is really fun. I drew a drawing, obviously, that I was very proud of a while ago of Jinx, so I figured I should try it again and see kind of how I've progressed, because it's been about a year, I believe. So I ended up trying that. I don't really like how this area turned out, but I still think that it kind of, you know, tells a story of her character, so just kind of let it be, not covering up like I wanted to. And then this, profanity, God. I really like the colors on this page. I started off with this page. My cat is laying down on what I'm using to hold this, unfortunately. I wonder if I can show it without showing my feet. There she is. She's a little cutie. It's super blurry. Oh my god. Anyways. I want to get into the comic book industry, so sometimes I have just little ideas. This one's called Big Wings. It doesn't necessarily go like this actually in my mind. It just made more sense to do it like that in a short form comic. I don't love the anatomy, but I really like the colors and kind of how it still managed to tell a little bit of a story. This guy rules my page. Everyone loves him whenever they open this, and I'm happy about it. I really am happy about people liking it. He is just like a Pinterest thing that I found though. I actually don't have as many comments on it as I wish I did. I guess my only comments are, why did I have such a big wing theme? Like, not you, but like, there was just like a lot of wings going on, and I never draw wings, so it just felt weird. Alright, next up, that's not a harmful note. But we're gonna see the full thing. This was just a woman I found on Pinterest that I thought was very pretty. And I was like, yo, I know what that needs to complete it. A cat. So I just drew a cat, because I felt like drawing a cat. And that's what matters. Do what your silly little mind tells you. Not everything though, have some limits. And then I drew POSCA, also based off of a Pinterest reference, but I was tired of drawing just random ladies, so I was like, let me draw Asuka of all people. And I kind of like how it turned out. I liked being able to turn the hoodie into her plug suit, and I just thought it was fun. Just always got a caption as baller too. The next page is probably my least favorite page. I love Darth Maul as a character, but it just feels muddy, if that makes sense. I really enjoy it in some senses. I love the eyes and the teeth and the horns. It just doesn't feel like it's all together. I don't know how else to phrase it than that. But I think I might try drawing Darth Maul again, because he's a little guy. Not really a little guy, he's a big guy. Alright, this is my teacher's classroom, because I am the TA, so I sit in the back in like a very large chair that looks over everyone. And I just felt the need to draw what I was seeing. Sometimes you just have those days. I accidentally made it the Ukraine colors. Not like that's a bad thing, it's just not what I intended, so that has no significance, but not a bad decision. I actually kind of enjoy it, I won't lie. Alright, next up, this is a person that keeps leaving the notes. Anyways, sometimes you just need to take a marker or a pen and just kind of doodle your thoughts, and so my friend Corey, this one, and I were just kind of drawing our friends, random photos we found, just thoughts. So I drew just a lot of really random stuff. I will probably hold this on the camera for a moment because there's just a lot going on here. I'm actually very proud of this one of my friend Harvey, and also this one of my friend Julia, just because I think I really captured their essence a little bit. That's just a little goofy. This one, I don't love. I think this one is also in the running for my least favorite page. However, there is things that I like about it. I like the little cats. I always love drawing little cats, and I like the background. The girl herself, I don't love. I messed up here, then tried going over in white POSCA markers, but it just kind of made a weird smudging effect. So I don't know how much I love that, but it did happen. It's not the worst page I've ever made. I used to draw fairy tale fan art. Okay, here is just probably one of my favorite spreads as well. Just very vibrant colors. Once again, I used to never use colors. Here is Poison Ivy from the Cramps. I was just listening to an insane amount of the Cramps because I love them. I love that they're getting popular again, and I was just really thinking about Poison Ivy because I love her a lot, and I also just love Poison Ivy the character, so that's just how it is. I really enjoy this portrait of her. I plan to do more because she has some very fun photos that I would like to recreate. And this is just studying classic paintings, of course, because why not? I think it was fun to make these colors, and there's always a saying of studying the greats. I say saying and then I quote it's completely wrong, but it's fun. It was fun to do. I really like how it turned out, and this does seem to be a fan favorite as well. Next up, there's just a pile of them being made in the corner, plus still my cat. Oh, lovely little kid. Anyways, this page, this page was never supposed to be a thing. I started off with a drawing of Harley Quinn, and I hated it so much that I took a purple marker and just started scribbling, and then that scribbling just turned into more scribbling, and then all that scribbling turned into Rats Down Under, not Australia, probably. And I just truly love it. It is so stupid. There is nothing correct about the perspective or anything, and it's just so enjoyable to look at. It's goofy, and I love it, and I loved drawing the little pink smoke, and I thought it was fun. And I don't hate it as much as I probably should. Next up is the Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn page, because I was reading, oh my god, why am I blanking on it? The Joker War. I was reading the omnibus for it, and I saw this one panel of Harley when she's helping out Batman in Eden, and just once again, I'm in love with the character Poison Ivy and the person, and I was just like, I need to draw her. So I ended up drawing Pammy first, and then I moved up to Harley. And I really actually like how this turned out. There's a few things I would change, but I like it. I like it enough, and that's what matters in the end. I keep saying that's what matters a lot. Okay. Okay, 2-minute figure drawings. I really like these. I really like her. I think she turned out wonderful, and I really like her. I really like these two. That's all. I don't really have much to say about this. I am very proud. Ugh, hate that word. I'm very proud of how my figure drawings have been going, because I have not been doing them for very long, and I think I'm progressing very, very, very nicely. I only started doing them, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, and they've been fun to do, and I'm very happy that I discovered them. Yeah, I was sick, and I just was so tired, but I wanted to draw, and so I ended up doing a portrait, and I don't love it. I really like the spider webs because I've never been able to draw spider webs, and I thought these looked good enough. But yeah, I love doing classic pen doodles though, so I don't actually hate it. Just fits weirdly in this sketchbook as a whole. Talking about fitting weirdly in this sketchbook as a whole, Hatsune Miku. I just love my girl. She was really fun to draw, and I just really had an urge to draw a portrait of her, and I like how this turned out. I think I like it more every time I see it. I hated it when I first made it, but every time I look at it, I just love it more and more. She's just super cute, and I'm really happy I added all the little stickers around her. It makes me very happy. And then this is what all my old sketchbooks used to look like. Every single one of them was just a bunch of pen doodles. Not like that's a bad thing. I loved it. I did like 5 sketchbooks just in that. So sometimes it's just nice to go back to what you're comfortable with, and that's kind of what I was doing here. And I thought it was really fun. Just drawing little comics, or like references to things that I like. This one I did myself. This one is a recreation of a panel from It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth by Zoe Thorogood, which may be my favorite comic of all time. It's very beautifully written and drawn, and I just love it with all my heart. And then just some other drawings. You'll see a bit of the Muppets in Garfield and Black Cat. No, I think this is the only time you'll see Black Cat, but I love her. That's all you need to know. Alright. Next up, alright, there wasn't another page. I totally thought there was. Alright. I used to only, like, exclusively draw cartoons. Not that my art is not cartoony anymore. I just feel like I'm slipping into a more semi-realistic style. So I kind of wanted to dive back into the little cartoons that I used to be doing. Just drew some of friends and myself, as one would do. And then I was just really stuck in doing characters at all, just in general. And so I just kind of took a pen, a little POSCA pen, because I love them. And I did some blobs, went over it in white, and then just drew some characters over it. This is a character that I actually like continuously use. I think that's the only OC, if you will, that I have. And I'm planning on making a full-fledged comic for her, or at the very least a storyboard of her story. Storyboard of her story. Wow, okay. She's wonderful, and I don't want to say much about her story because it's really fascinating to me, but yeah, just kind of did some random stuff for the other one. I tend to lean towards drawing women, which is not a bad thing, but it is what it is. And then this page, I don't even know what to explain. I was having really just like a heavy art block time. And this is what came out of it, was drawing famous movie scenes with Muppet characters. You got, oh my god, this is so funny. You got Carrie with Pim, Reservoir Dogs, Charlie and Alan, Citizen Kane with Glep, and then The Shining with the boss. Here, I just needed to draw a Muppet. I needed to get my Muppet love out there, so it's just Beaker as Beaker. Because why not? I love them. They're silly little guys. Next up, I decided to dedicate a spread to things that I just don't do. Never do. Don't like doing, even. So you have an attempt at architecture. Architecture? Architecture. God. Idiot. I really like this. I don't like how warped it is, but at the same time I feel like it gives it so much personality that I'm a little okay with it. I'm kind of okay with how warped it is. I think it's fun. I think it was good for a semi-first attempt. I don't know if I'll be doing it again though, but it is what it is. This page, I tried doing a collage. I never do collages. My brain doesn't understand them. This is a bird that my friend Corey painted for our animation last year. And then just like a note I was given and a business card that I got in New York. And just some doodles to cover up the pages and a bunch of stickers. If you can't tell, I like cats just a little bit. Just a tiny bit, I say. Okay, these pages are a little fun. So I was doing just poses. I wanted to draw full bodies because I feel like I was not doing a lot of that, and that is something that I need to get better at. And I really liked how these two turned out, and then I drew him. I try not to talk about him, so I put Pikachu over his head and then put another Pikachu there, stomping another Pikachu saying, "Die." I drew myself just saying that I hated this. This page is kind of funny to me. This is one that I normally go past very quickly. In the background, I just decided to do a bunch of song lyrics because I also see people doing that in their sketchbooks a lot, and that is something that I don't do. Anyways, I had my friends draw me. This one I drew myself, just as a little title card. Then we got some fun, creative ones. This is my friend Bronte. I love Bronte. Bronte draws just beautiful seagulls. They don't have any social media, but once they do, I will totally just like send out so much about them. And then these are just my friends. A lot of them are very good artists, and I was very happy to get them to draw in my thing. Yeah, just kind of a sweet page. I never really had people draw me, so once again, this is a sketchbook of people trying things. And by people, I mean me. This is hard to get off. Okay, we're gonna ignore that page for a little bit. This page, I was having a rough day. I remember I drew this at work, before work, which is not always a great idea. So I drew a scene from Rebel Without a Cause, and originally Play-Doh was there. I did not like how Play-Doh turned out though, so I just kind of kept them. I really like James Dean, especially in this movie, so I was like, yeah, I'll do a little heart for him. And then I found a cutout of that, which kind of reminded me of the jacket he wears in the movie. And then I found a frog that I just kind of needed to put in there. No specific reason, just kind of had to. It's such a weird page. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the drive out cutout. It's such a weird, this spread might be the weirdest thing that I have made in a little bit. And I make some weird stuff. This is just, I took colored pencils and I drew some of the Muppets because it was just one of those days that I needed to draw Muppets. And then I was watching a bunch of videos of Ralph and Jimmy Dean, as any other person does on their days off. And so I just did some little doodles of him. I didn't feel like putting a lot of effort in them because I was watching something while doing it. It was still a fun time. I still had a great time. Covered in his stickers, so it fit the vibe of the mess more. Oh, and then this spread, which is actually pretty. Here is some more doodles. I used to really only draw anime girls, and I hadn't done that for a while. I hadn't drawn a lot of fan art in this yet. So I decided to draw Rei from Evangelion because she may not be my favorite character in the show, but she is so extremely fun to draw. And I also drew Hatsune Miku while I was at it, even though I had drawn her already. I just love her. And then I drew Ramona Flowers from Scotch Pilgrim because I truly love that movie. The editing in it is my favorite in any movie. The dialogue is wonderful. Edgar Wright just is he's great at what he does. I love Baby Driver. I love the Cornello trilogy. He is such a smart little guy. And then we got some fun drawings. Start off pretty dang strong with a random perspective drawing of what my setup kind of looks like, what my desk looks like. It has changed since then. Only slightly, because this is when I was just like messy, like there was so much going on, and I've cleaned it up a tiny bit. Not a lot, a tiny bit, but enough. Just kind of put some comments about stuff around my room too. And then more figure drawings, but I used to mainly work in watercolor, but I had not done that for a while, so I decided to go back to it. So I just kind of did a watercolor base and then took pen and went over it. And I really like how it turned out. It's just very visually pleasing to me. I really like this guy. This is a sentence I will never say again, but I really like his feet. I just think I did well on it, and I needed to comment on that. Great feet. This is another funny page to me because I was taking charcoals and trying new things. Wait, stop, cat. And I was trying new things. And so it was experimenting, but then this page is very low effort, just a drawing I did while I was at work. But this page is fun to me just because I got to draw Dutch and Arthur. Red Dead Redemption 2 is by far my favorite video game of all time, and so I was just happy to be able to do art of them because I don't normally. I'm actually gonna keep that one there. I drew some figure drawings. I found this cutout from 1975, I want to say. And basically, oh no, 1974, I was so close. Anyways, it said the new Omega Kirby, which I just found hilarious. So of course I had to draw Kirby. Who do you think I am? And then on this page, I drew Paul and Holly from Breakfast at Tiffany's. and I just had a fun time with it. It was fun to draw them in the mask. I have been wanting to draw that ever since I first saw that movie like 3 years ago. I was like, I need to draw this scene, and I never got around to doing it, but I recently rewatched it, so directly after I had to. I was losing steam. I was kind of hitting an art block, I won't lie. My coworker put a receipt in the oven, turned black, and I was like, that's kind of cool. So I took it home, put it in my sketchbook, and then taped over this dog I found in a magazine because I thought he looked hilarious. I mean, look at that. Can I capture him? Look at that. That is just so... It's so perfect. This might be my favorite spread overall. I think it's my strongest spread, just like technically. I did some expression practice because I did not know that that was even a thing, and then I was just on Line of Action, and I'm like, what's that button? And I was in a cafe, so it was just all very aesthetically pleasing. This side is from Line of Action, this side is from Pinterest. I tried varying, seeing where the sources were kind of better coming from. A lot of the times, at least for the Line of Action stuff, I will start off by drawing the face, just like the general shape of it, and then going back in and creating my own kind of style for like their hair and not expression, but you know, those two were intentionally put there, so I had to look. This was kind of a part of the same day. I was just doing more studies of hands and eyes, just kind of various parts, and I wanted to fill up the space, so I filled it up by drawing little creatures. I was in a hard art block, so I literally drew myself in an art block. And I kind of had fun. I made the robot joke again, but that's fine. This page was just kind of going with the aesthetic of the last two. I tried doing the landscape. Did not like doing the landscape. My new sketchbook came in. I will probably show a tiny bit of that at the end. And then I drew some little creatures because I could. And then I did this. It's a new thing that I don't normally ever do, but I thought it was... I could do it. No! Something fell and the focus got lost. Don't go on my hand. That's kind of... Alright. I'm not a hand fan account. Avi, oh god. This page, I went on a tour at a local radio station. Please don't dox me. And I just got a really cool, aesthetically pleasing photo of the people I was on the tour with, and I just really wanted to draw it. It was so cool and cluttered. I just had a great time, and I just really wanted to draw it. That's kind of all there is to it. I used the colors of McDonald's, so I aggressively colored over that with a bunch of other oranges. So it was fun. This I used as a page smudger. It was just a bunch of receipts that I had out and about. These are my best friends, by the way. I don't know what they're called. I like to call them little clip guys. They are my best friends. This is one that I use to keep this sketchbook together. Anyways, this is just a page smudger that works well. I drew some Lord of the Rings fan art. Because sometimes your brain just goes in a little brain rot. And you just need to draw some Frodo. I really like the first one, which is Frodo and Gandalf, when they're in the wagon. And then when you first meet Aragorn, I don't love that one as much. I feel like I could have fixed a little bit, but I still enjoy it. And then lastly, Sam, because Sam needs more appreciation, and I want a friend like Sam that would just like kind of be like, he's such a homie, oh my god, like such a homie. I also really like this spread. It was my first time trying to draw tigers, and I'm very proud of how they turned out. It really, this entire spread actually, just feel like someone else took my hand and started using a pen to draw, because none of this feels like something I could do, and it was just something I managed to do. It was weird. I started kind of getting more into thumbnail sketches, because I had never really done that before, and I ended up liking this one the most. I was just really in a tiger spree, so I drew just a girl with some Liberty spikes, with some tiger stripes around it, and then I just kind of drew a cat walking. I really like how that looked, and then here I just drew some tigers and a raccoon, because I could. And I covered it in tiger stickers. I have a lot of cat stickers, and I just needed somewhere to put them. This is the last page, actually. I got this new pen that I just absolutely adore. The focus is not working. I will link it. It's half gray, half black. It's beautiful. I love it. And so I drew some scenes from classmates. I would say the Japanese name, but guess what? I would butcher it, so I'm not going to. It's classmates. And I just kind of recreated a storyboard scene of it because I just wanted some practice in that, but applying to storyboard stuff. So I just kind of wanted to mess around with it a little more. And then here I just drew a cat falling from a tree, a few other cats, because I just really like cats. And I was gonna draw a portrait, or no, actually, I was gonna color in this portrait because I got new Copic markers of just like general flesh tones. And they ended up bleeding through really badly because somehow I was really smart and I decided to test them out on the last page. And they bled through, and I was very upset about that actually. And then I just kind of drew my thoughts on this sketchbook because I was pretty proud of it, just accompanied with a little portrait of me. And then this is a page that I kind of used throughout it, and I had friends like doodle on it just as I went. There's a part where my friend just did a bunch of math on it, yeah, for their seagull painting, and I just really liked it. It was really fun. I got some notes from people, some stuff I will probably have to blur, but yeah. And then I drew myself saying peace, because then we were at the end. And I'm actually going to show the back again, just in more up close, because I really like it. My friends are very talented, and I'm very happy that I got them to do that. More importantly, Patrick Swayze is equal to Jesus, and Carl is equal to not Moses. I don't know why I wrote Moses. I meant Judas, but you get the point. So this was this sketchbook. It took me from February 2023 to March 2023, February 2nd and March 9th to be exact. Today is March 10th, and I have already started a new sketchbook. My main point of that sketchbook was to draw every single day, so that is why I did that so quickly. That doesn't normally happen. So in this one, I'm also going to draw every day, but it is much thicker, very thick, so probably unrealistic for it to be a month again, but we'll see. This is the front cover. I ordered some stickers. I just decided to cover it in them, just with a bunch of stuff that I really like, because in the end, that's what that's about. And then Muppets 3D Vision. This is an Illo. I'm pretty sure it's Illo. I'm gonna go with Illo. It is Illo. Refilming this. Sorry if that was a strange cut. I don't know what the cut first looked like. I just showed all of my personal information. Anyways. Here is what the first page looks like. It's just a sticker of Alex Turner and a sticker of a pinup girl. And I just wanted to put them in what looked like a little museum and me admiring them, because that's all I do. Where my information was. And then, I don't know who made the sticker. I wish I wrote down who, but I got it from Redbubble? Redbubble. Don't rebuttal my argument. And the start and the end date there. It's just a reminder to try new things. This is the first spread that I kind of got. Here, it was just kind of reminders. I see people always do, like, a checklist of what they need to do. For me, I decided to do, like, try and just, like, don't do this. So I drew myself in my room, just thinking about trying to do pop-up pages, because I had my teacher critique my last sketchbook, because I had it in a focus in my art seminar class. And she was like, oh, it'd be fun if you did pop-out pages. So I'm going to do some because I love her. And then more scene studies and storyboards, like what I did with the classmates. More Lady Gun, which is my OC. God, I hate that word. And then new mediums, if I'm able. I really want to try gouache. And then draw every single day. Which is hard, very hard to do. I get burnt out very quickly, but it's fine. And then don't rip out pages. I think I ripped out like one page in the last one, but I used to have a really bad tendency to do that. And don't hate my art, because that's for me. You guys can hate my art, you have free will. For me, I am trying to learn, and all art is learn. Anyways, this one is how this turned out. I did some thumbnail sketches again, and then tested out how the markers would be on this paper, because I thought this was supposed to be good for it. It ended up bleeding through completely, so you'll see what happened on the next page. I just kind of drew a vampire inspired by Vampirella. I had a sticker of Vampirella on the front if you do not know who that is. And yeah, just kind of, why not? Pretty women. So I'm going to go over this. This is not filmed at a time where I went over it already, so there is going to be something here, but this just looks super funny as it is. And then lastly, I have not done much in this yet. This is like brand new. I started today. 2 tigers about to give themselves a hug. And then I have a to-do list on my scrap paper that I've been using, which is just to finish some assignments, do a concept stuff on Dr. Strangelove and the Muppets, film this. That was a part of my to-do list. Not gonna talk about the next one, and then make an Arctic Monkeys playlist. That is it. That is all I'm gonna show for this. But yeah, this is my sketchbook so far. I will link any supplies that were important. Once again, this is my first sketchbook tour though. You don't need to be kind if you truly don't wish to, because free speech, baby. But I am simply a little guy in the end, and this is just simply my little sketchbook, so be a tiny bit kind. Good evening, good morning, and good night. I never did an intro video, and I realize that now that was a mistake.